for next week.
We call it the caster's blessing.
It might be the caster's curse. But all in all, GameLab, it's back to the drawing board for them. They need to rethink their strategy. Game 1 looked really, really good. The drafts was very, very on point, but it only came down towards a 50-50 coin flip towards draft number 4 and 5 pick. Carry or not. In this case, they chose the Grok over that, and because of that, they almost won the game. But nevertheless, it was still a decent draft coming from Coach, and I'm excited to see how Game 2 is going to go between the minds of each team.
Yeah, I have a hunch that we won't see the carry being picked up again because there was a really big risk that Euphoria Esports did with their lineup, overly dependent on the carry. Now, for GameLab, since we're heading into the draft really, really soon, I do hope, this is my wish list, okay? So GameLab, please respect Ban the Fedrin right now. There is enough evidence that Venom God, when you get in the Fedrin, he's just a god.
No, I agree. Euphoria Esports is just so comfortable in the current patch where Martis and Frederick has been dominating the entire tournament, right? But there are still Minsitar compositions. There are still heroes that the Faramis and also the Glue can actually play around with. And you can see this time, they switch it up for Euphoria Esports. And I guess they are looking to open things up with the Martis or even the Glue in their favor, considering that they've banned the Faramis. But with that being said, there is one hero that is going to be sneaked off, and that is going to be the Fanny as well as the Arlott.
I'm still keeping my eye on the Fedrins. I'm surprised that it's not one of the earlier bans, but hey, if it's the third ban, then why not at the other day, right? But for Euphoria Esports, honestly speaking, they could pretty much ban anything at this point. It's just depending on their own composition. If they want to go in for the Valentina ban, that's fine. If they want to go in for the Glue ban, that's fine as well. But yeah, Valentina ban, a very hot pick that's always used by Aizawa. Fedrin, come on. Come on, Fedrin.
They have to, right? They have to. There's so much more that is going to be sneaking by. But speaking of, I guess banning the Fredrin is going to be a safety net. But if they do that, that means there is going to be a couple of heroes that is going to be sneaking by, and that is going to be potentially the Arla. But oh, wait a minute. Our drafts is gone, huh?
Okay, we're gonna chill for a bit.
Okay.
And then we will find out soon whether we get the Fedrin ban. Okay. I'm still hoping that GameLab actually does that.
We can briefly see what they're thinking here, but there is discussions between both sides. They mean business. It is almost one more day for the holidays for those who are celebrating Hari Raya. But for me, I think they should technically ban the Frederick for like almost guaranteed, I guess. But oh, we are back again. Yay, thank you very much.
No!
It is the other way. So Euphoria was on the red side and GameLab on the blue side.
But still no Fedrin ban. No way. They're gonna pick it right now.
They picked the Kaja instead. That means Euphoria Esports is gonna open up with the Glue as well as the what?
Okay.
Oh, wow, this is smart. Knowing that Darkman loves playing this Kufra, Euphoria, because they first picked the Kaja, that pretty much forces GameLab into a situation where do we use the Divine Judgment for specifically the Fanny, or we use the Divine Judgment for a setup? But all in all, this puts them in a tough spot where, hey, Darkman, if you're playing the Kaja, so be it. There's no way we're letting you play the Kufra, because if you play the Kufra, that means this is going to be an XP Kaja. And oftentimes, we do see teams play a jungle Kaja, so it might be a problem. But I was expecting maybe a jungle Akai, but they're not going in for all at all. That means Eve has been anticipated, and they are going to go for the land start. Fredrin going to be guaranteed from Euphoria Esports again.
Yeah, definitely. They have to pick it right now. I mean, there's no reason for them not to pick it. The stats do favor them and all that. I'm kind of surprised that not even GameLab actually tries to like steal it away from Euphoria Esports though. So Euphoria Esports, come on. That has to be a pick right now. Like, don't need to think that long. If it's not the Fedrin, then I mean, I would like to say going for the marksman first, but looks like it's going to be the Kufra.
Oh boy, this is This is interesting. This is very interesting. Euphoria Esports, they're afraid of it. They are going to deny it away from them playing a roam palm position for themselves. So I guess that's the idea from Euphoria Esports. It is a way to deal with both the Kaja as well as the Lancelot, right? The moment they go to pool, there is an opportunity for this cool front going for the setup. Grok is a great way to deal with Fanny. Definitely a hero they will be banning off. I'm pretty sure that GameLab or Euphoria Esports might be banning the Paquito later on, in case they decide to go for the 1-2 punch on the Fanny, right? Like, Fanny is the biggest problem that they are facing right now. But in terms of mages, they've got so much to work with. GameLab, they banned 4 mages, just targeting on what Ryujin is going to be playing, right? I think now, if they are going to continue this trend, it's not that bad. But all in all, he still has so much mage to play with. He's got Lunox. Lunox is a great way to deal with it. We've got Lilia as well, which is pretty okay to deal against a Eve. Yeah, I know Kadita is pretty much banned here, but I think Kagura is pretty bad in this competition. But yeah, Lilia and Eve, Lilia and also Lunox isn't too bad against GameLab's competition right now.
Well, you did talk about the possibility of playing a Kaja jungler, right? But
nah, I don't think so.
Yeah,
they've got the Lancelot now.
Correct, because of the stats. So previously, do favor towards Dortmund using the Kaja as well as a roamer. So yeah, but since they have the Lancelot, they kind of sealed it down. But for Euphoria Esports, so carry again, probably not, because carry is actually kind of easy to counter. It's kind of soft as well. So I don't think they'll go for something that's predictable. Instead, for Euphoria Esports, they still have a couple of other options for the gold laner. Harriet could be one of it. 1-1 could be a pick as well.
I think GameLab picking a Fredrin XP isn't too bad here. Just
Fredrin XP?
Yeah, Fredrin XP from the side GameLab isn't too bad.
They
should have taken the risk to actually ban it, but I guess Euphoria Esports is afraid that might happen. So they are going to pick the carry again just as a safety net to deal with it. That means GameLab, they will have the option to either pick the Leslie or the Moskov to deal with the Fanny in case the one-shot comes in. However, with that being said, Melissa completely ignored from both sides. That means Melissa might be picked off. But at the same time, I think it isn't too bad from GameLabs, just because the Melissa can still do with the split coming in. But no, safety net is going to be the way to go, and it is going to be Moskov as well as the Fredrin from GameLabs. Oh my god, I love my job. Like, I love my job that I know that they are going to draft this, but I just hate it because now Euphoria Esports, they are already anticipated that this XP Fredrin is going to be played out. They have a solution, but still the biggest problem is, do they have a strong mage that can kill everyone from side GameLab? Lunox, not that bad. Lilia, not too bad. However, if you go for Lilia, you only have 10 shots. And what I mean by 10 shots is 5 Shadow Balls has to be precisely timed with a magic black shoe. And probably you get like 1 or 2 more shots and that's it. Whereas Eve, it can go endlessly. And it looks like they're not going for it. They're going for the Kagura to go in for a potential snipe down. And they are just gonna double down with hard CC lockdowns from Euphoria Esports.
Well, not many Kagura picks in our tournament. I believe it was only like once that was picked so far. So this is a rare pick here for Euphoria Esports. Anyway, they're still going to stick with the carry lineup. So again, if whatever that game that learns from the previous round is like, try to either take down carry first or try to stop carry from scaling and don't play the late game.
This is a very, very scary draft coming from Euphoria Esports. They pretty much hard-locked themselves trying to shadow draft themselves to GameLab, but giving away an easy composition for GameLab. It seems like it is a very, very much winnable game for GameLab for game number 2. And all in all, I'm excited to see how this upper brackets is going to look like. Ladies and gentlemen, we're heading into the land of Dawn. And this is going to be game number 2 for between GameLabs versus Euphoria Esports.
All right, so considering that Venogod, because he definitely needs the purple buff, but he's not going for that first, but that allows GameLab to try to jungle invade. But so far, because of like what we've seen, the trend of today for all our games is that maybe because like, okay, they are big games, they are top teams, so they're kind of respectable of each other. So the starting of the game, we don't really see that all-in jungle event. And not like GameLab is prepared for that anyway.
Yeah, this is something that I think they eventually need to figure out, right? Like, eventually it is going to be a tough one. But Yoshi God looking for the steals. Okay, not going to happen. But at the same time, Venom God, he's got to make things work with this Fenny, right? The timing between fighting this Fenny, and especially the first objective, is that the first 20 seconds of the turtle spawning in, you have an advantage to shut down and take the turtle away before the Fenny comes up online. And that is something that GameLab perfectly understands how to play around this. Whereas Euphoria Esports, they need to find a way to stall this. And I don't think that Kagura and a Kufra is going to be able to do that. But I like that they are taking safety nets. But oh my god!
No.
What? What? How? What? Euphoria Esports, what the hell did I just watch?
What safety net are you talking about?
What? What safety net? All in. Yo! What is that?
And did Yoshiko get away with it? No, he didn't. But anyway, they still got the first blood.
What the heck did I just watch? How the heck did you just delete Yuktz just like that? I've never seen something that quick before. But nevertheless, Turtle up for grabs. No purple buff out of Venogod. GameLab's in position to contest this, but from behind, he's gonna make a attempt. But the Turtle will be secured by GameLab, and they have to disengage. Headscott, he is gonna be in a little bit of trouble. He's getting kind of around. He needs to make a run for it as well. Dogman very close to his Divine Judgment. He will flicker out. Not gonna get it. Just got his Divine Judgment. Not gonna get the kill for GameLab.
Look at this. A lot of space created for Shizuka again. Like, Shizuka is totally ignoring the fact that he needs to join in the team fights or he needs to get the objective together with his teammates. Nope. He's like, I'm just going to do my thing. I'll show up when it's 10 minutes above.
What? No, I'm still genuinely shocked by how good Venogod and Yoshi God's coordination, because for that to be actually possible is literally Yoshi God saying, Venogod, I'm guaranteeing this stun. Just prepare yourself to swipe. And before even thinking about it, Venogod made the attempt, trusting Yoshi God to connect that to actually get the kill up top. So that's why it's so crazy to see how this is actually happening coming from Euphoria Esports.
Well, let's hope that it's not a one-hit wonder from them.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Just maybe. But for now, it is going to be a stalemate for both sides. GameLab is not going to do him any good, but Yoshi God once again with the setup. And here comes the snipe down. That's going to be Dogman taking out equation. Revolution not going to do anything.
Well, this feels like a little bit of a deja vu because previous game, it started off like this as well. 2-0 to Euphoria Esports, and we all know what happened after that. But it is, again, a precise movement there from Venogod, knowing when to come in, sniping it out, and moving out immediately.
It's crazy. It is indeed crazy coming in from both of them. But Euphoria Esports now are going to try to force a little bit of a fight here coming from Headscott. They're trying to force rotations. I'm a little bit surprised by how much Headscott is getting away with all this value. But because of the fact that he's got all this sticky, nicky bombs just tossing his way through, and he can get away with it, because if GameLabs commit to this, they are going to lose total objective. So they have to pick the poison. Euphoria Esports, looks like they are still going to force it the issue. Yoshi God looking for snipes! Again! They do get the back line! They focus on Aizawa! He's dead! And GameLab cannot react in time! They even lose the turtle from Euphoria Esports! Oh my god! What am I watching?
Aizawa losing the position, allowing Yoshi got to jump into the back line. I mean, Aizawa didn't know what hit him. It's like the moment Yoshi got arrived, it's like, oh, Aizawa is gone. Just delete it.
Speaking of deleting, they do get another attempt. The turret is hitting on him, but they don't have the damage to give off Havas. And Havas is going to be surviving it all. Euphoria Esports makes their first blunder. They have to get out, but Yoshi God is going to be able to escape this with this Kufra. But the Retribution slow him down, but they missed the taunt up on him, and he is going to be able to get out to safety.
That was a close one, but anyway, it does seem like Euphoria Esports has the upper hand. Imagine this. We're like 5 minutes in. There almost 2,000 gold difference at some point.
Oh, mama. Euphoria Esports, you know, kind of trying to prove us that they are the better team here. The team that knocked them out of the Open Finals, just showing them how it's done. First time on screen, masterclass performance coming from Euphoria Esports. Meanwhile, GameLab is in a position where they are gonna try to build and scale back this game, and I feel like it is gonna take a little bit of a time for them to actually scale back, because eventually it is gonna take a very, very long time, especially when they don't get the right pickoffs. In this case, Dogman hasn't been able to find a proper catch at all.
Oh, yeah, not at all. I mean, just look at the defense coming from you. Who is going to really pick right now? Kagura has a lot of mobility. Shizu got, well, he will be AFK until the time comes. Veno got a lot of mobility. Yoshi got tanky. Hits got tanky. It's tough for Dogman to actually find a target.
Yeah, it is indeed very, very tough. Yoshi got now going for a blind stun all the way to his bushes, expecting a pickoff. But GameLab, they're playing very, very passive once again. There's nothing much they can do. But Euphoria, they have to pick up the medal here. Like, Vanguard is getting a lot of this few leads, but we expect at this stage of the game, Euphoria Esports should be in the backseat where they are forced the Fanny to go for split pushes. But GameLab, they haven't been able to do so, and it's worrisome.
Okay, looks like it's not going to be worrisome that much. Oh, if only Yoshi got hits onto Takenaga, then definitely that's it.
It's going to be tough, but no, and oh god, he snipes it away again with the retribution. GameLab did not expect that once again, and because of the play, Shizu God might be able to get a tier 1 up top. It is going to be close, he won't get it, and now he can look to challenge her boss, but he is not going to take the risk. Expecting the GameLab maybe back to seek revenge. Divine Judgment comes in, Headscott gets pinned off, but he is going to be able to flicker off the wall as he gets out to safety.
Oh man, that's going to be the second time we see a snipe here from Vanguard coming in to steal away the objective. But that means that GameLab, they're under so much pressure right now. We can see they're kind of desperate to get the damage in, but there's not but damage from the side of GameLab.
Oh, I like how Takenaga is trying to salvage the situation for the team, right? He needed to slow down this lead that Euphoria Esports has. If he stole the purple buff against Vanguard, that would have been very, very huge for them to come back. But all in all, didn't even matter, because this still means Euphoria Esports is gonna have a lot of funnel onto the Shizu God. Yoshi God, however, looking for the plays. Dogman shows himself. They know where UTZ is. Aizawa has a rough idea as well, but just doesn't want to risk it. It is still behind tier 1. Meanwhile, middle lane, Takenaga in a little bit of trouble. Almost catches it, but it will settle down with her boss instead. They pulls a double pull with both the Kufra as well as the glue. Never seen the interaction before, but it worked out in their favor. But guess what? Venom God comes in, one-shots Aizawa. Could not do anything at all.
Beautiful, beautiful move there by Headscott. I mean, the turret was still there, so the pull was on point as well. And let's not forget, I mean, the appearance of Vanguard just coming in to snipe, get that kill, immediately moves out. Cheeky, cheeky gameplay by Vanguard.
Oh my god, Euphoria Esports is just so darn scary right now. And I think GameLab is in a position where they need to really figure out what's the next game plan. And in this case, it's hard for them to actually figure out what they need to do. But at the same time, you know, like, they need to shut down Vanguard. And every single time Vanguard comes up, he appears in the weirdest angles. And those angles are just so hard to counter, because if you commit to those angles, your entire backlines is going to be exposed to the glue. It's going to be exposed to the Kufra to actually going for this punish. So it is a problem that eventually GameLab needs to bait it out. And so far, Euphoria has not made any of this positional mistakes yet.
Not at all. In fact, they were super on point. And how they move as a duo as well at some point. But here we go.
Vanguard looking for the Fanny swipe without Takenaga, taking a little bit too much damage. He actually focuses down as well. He almost kills them all, but he's out of gables. But he eventually auto attacks him, gets the kill, gets out, and he's gonna be back to safety as well. But Shiro isn't gonna be here to scare him off. Dogman dropping it down very low. Ryujin almost getting the kill, but they won't settle with 2. Euphoria in position to contest the Lord, and they are gonna get the reset off in. And GameLab not gonna be able to fight at all.
And Dogman had to use the flicker to get away, meaning that now he cannot be the one to engage until the flicker's cooldown is done. It's back up, and that allows Euphoria Esports, one, is to get that objective. Second, is that they know that they have the confidence that the flicker is not there. They can kind of open up space and do a little bit of a different move onto Euphoria Esports. Maybe even go for the flanks, but nope. They're going to go in for the objective. They're going to take the top turret next.
Glowing Wand purchase up on Aizawa is going to hurt the back lines a little bit more, but Euphoria Esports in perfect conditions to potentially close out this game. However, it has to be clean. Nothing shy of perfection will be able to win them the game. If they drop the ball in this next couple of fights for Euphoria Esports, GameLab has one of the perfect win conditions to make a comeback, and that is going to be allowing UTZ to scale back into this game.
I mean, every execution for Euphoria Esports have been on point, whether it's solo execution, or whether it's a team or a duo execution. I mean, there's no fault right now from Euphoria Esports. In fact, now with the Lord pushing at the top lane, they have the bottom lane secure, pushed in. They will definitely get the turret. Mid lane as well, potentially. But now they can fully focus onto the mid lane. Takenaga, there's nothing much he can do. This mid turret will be taken down.
Yeah, this is very, very tough coming in.
Wait,
but
what?
they do get the kill on UTZ off the map. Not exactly what GameLab was expecting, but with that pickoff coming from Venogod, Euphoria Esports is got to be happy in terms of map control. They can get a little bit more to close out the game. Hitsgod now still in position to go for more. Yoshi holding on to the flicker, expecting that he can extend it. Not going to happen, but Euphoria Esports still looking to try and pressure a little bit more. Yoshi got thinking about it, but he is going to back out instead. They will play the safety net, not giving any room for GameLabs at all.
Yeah, discipline, ladies and gentlemen. So they know that they have their skills cooldown, so they're going to chill right now. But look at the amount of damage from Venogod. I mean, before this, it was like, okay, Shizu got all the way. He's going to be the damage dealer. But Venogod has been on point from minute number 1. And with the amount of gold that he managed to collect, I mean, he's way up front right now. He can even go like a 1v1 against a Moskov. UTZ has no fight against him.
I agree. This is a problem eventually that they have to overcome. But based on the goal earns coming from Shizogod and Venogod as well as Headscott, they're just so far away. And the only way GameLabs mix into this game is that they buy enough time to scale. And that is about 8 more minutes. And once that's happened, this is where we start to see how boss starts to be a little bit more proactive in this hero. But it's hard to do so, especially when Euphoria is so clean. And when I mean clean, this is exactly what they did. They're in, they're out. So quick, so fast, so smooth. And that's exactly what they do. When they hit you where you least expect it, they'll settle one kill, and they will immediately back off, not giving GameLab the committed fight that they're eyeing for. But with that being said, this Lord is going to be in the hands of Euphoria Esports.
And we are at 13 minutes. So right now, Shizogod, he has scaled enough. Okay, at the top lane, looks like Ryujingon will be the next one to go down.
Oh my God.
But Dogman, at least they managed to pull by off. Finally a kill for
But
GameLab.
look at UTZ, oh my God, he just got solo killed by a glue. It's scary. The monster is here to terrorize, and now here comes the flying Fanny. As Euphoria Esports looking for the kill, and oh God! Gets the damage. Dogman is going to be able to escape this. Yoshi got getting a little bit baited out, but the Lord is going to be pushing from the top side. Meanwhile, bottom lane, it is going to be shoved as well, as GameLab needs to find a way to hold on.
Okay, it's going to be hard now for GameLab because all 3 lanes are being shoved at. Now the bottom lane, we got Headguard. In the middle lane, we got the rest of them. The top lane, we have the Lord. So it looks like Yoshiga and the rest, they're going to focus on the top lane for a little bit more. And Headsguard is going to come join them.
Yep, it is going to be the case as well. Headsguard does have the immortality.
Venogod.
Fanny, look at this. Veno looking for the strike. They do get the kick on target. Naga could not even escape the bouncing ball. And once again, Venogod looking for the flank. They're isolating the fight, and it is working out because GameLab, they're losing members from the top side. They need her boss on the top side, but eventually it's okay because Darkman was able to hold on, and Aizawa is going to be able to get the kill. Meanwhile, they take 2 inhibitors, top and bottom.
Oh, beautiful move there by Venogod. He decided to split away from his teammates at some point to go to the bottom lane to take down that inhibitor turret, and that was well worth it. Yes, a couple of casualties. They lost Yoshi, they lost Ryujin, but not a big issue. They got the main objective.
Yeah, that's exactly what they need, right? Like, when it comes to all this setup plays coming from Euphoria Esports, GameLab, they just need to pick one and kill them off. In this case, killing off Glue is the best they can ask for because it's the easiest target to go for. But If they do that, means it's going to be free reigns for Venogod to snipe the back lines. And so far, Venogod has been finding individual fights that GameLab least expected. But eventually, it will scale off because GameLab is in a position where if they have those items, Dreadnought Armor, they've got Brute Force Breastplates, it's going to be good. Because that is where they will shine the best. They've got a Brute Force Breastplate up on Aizawa now. He does have a little bit more sustainability, but I don't think it's that much of a difference considering that the biggest power spike that they need to deal with Venogod is having the Dreadnought Armor. And so far, the only one with Dreadnought Armor is pretty much Takenaga. And whenever he is in the fight, he's going to be in trouble. But speaking of which, here comes the Tyrant's Rage. Boss, going to be the first casualty. Instantly gets shut down by Shizugod. Could not do anything in that fight at all.
Not at all. Look at the amount of damage. If Shizugod's online, this time around, previously it was Shizugod only that's able to do the damage, but this time they have Venogod that's able to do the damage at the same time. So they can either go for the split, they can go for different lanes, or they group up together and do that team fight. You got two big damage dealers, especially when GameLab is grouped up.
Oh boy, this is going to be a tough one as well. Spear comes in. The Lord is going to be up for grabs for Euphoria Esports. GameLab needs to try and contest this, but UTZ busy shoving the bottom lane. They need all hands on deck, but it's going to be tough. Takenaga looking for the risky plays. Tyrant's Revenge doesn't connect. He is going to be zoned off. It comes down towards the waiting game. Revolutionizing being used out for Aizawa preemptively. He gets stunned up. Hazeguard gets pulled back with the split, but he is going to be able to survive this. The stun keeps him alive, but Venogod is going to try and steal the Lord. Ryujin God is going to be first to fall, but the Lord still very, very low. Takenaga, did he steal it? Yes, he does! Yes. He steals the Lord, but the backlines are exposed, and Euphoria Esports, they're scrambling. They lose Ryujin God, but they have to get a couple of kills in. Shizo, he's holding on, but they won't be able to back out. They lose Aizawa. They lose Yuktizi, but Takenaga is able to buy time. But is it enough? 35 seconds on the sidelines for Aizawa. 20 for Yuktizi. Lord going to be spawning as well. Euphoria goes in for the snipe down, but the Divine Judgment catch on Venogod. He might die. He's got the Immortality. He's got the Winter Trunket. He is able to get out as well. He is able to get one more. But GameLab, they're throwing everything to defend against this. But with the Lord in their favor, Euphoria doesn't seem to have the momentum to continue on, and GameLab will be able to hold on with this play.
Oh, it's really thanks to the existence of Lord for the side of GameLab. If not, it would have been done for GameLab. Euphoria would have just closed the game off. But because there's a lot that it kind of stopped Euphoria from really going all in. But at the same time, Dogman found the right target to kind of like stop Euphoria Esports. But now we can see Dogma moving at the forefront. They don't have information where Hateguard is at, but now they've exposed themselves.
Yoshi got, oh, he's so close. Almost got the wall slam on Dogman. And now they have to disengage. GameLab, they finally found that opportunity to strike back. And this is exactly what they have been eyeing for. And that is Yuktizi coming online. And that, even though they've got no inhibitor, they just need that one catch. And Dogman was able to catch Venogod. In all these instances, even then, Venogod, with his quick fingers, he was able to survive it. And it's crazy, considering how this game has progressed to a stage where Euphoria Esports is starting to scale off, except for Shizugod.
Well, at this point, Euphoria Esports would have had all full items. So now it's all about like the execution for Euphoria Esports. GameLab almost there, but Euphoria Esports, they have the advantage. Now, this is the window before GameLab has complete full items, especially on Xbox.
Yeah, the items here is very important, especially from Venogod, right? Like, he's gotten full damage all the way through. He's got the blade, Halberd coming in. In terms of overall damage, he's doing the right plays. But eventually, he needs to transition to a stage where he can't play the kiting game, where GameLab is not going to be able to do too much in those scenarios, right? And so far, GameLab, they are progressing to that stage, and it is going to be a problem for them unless TZ gets picked off. Speaking of which, they are going to try and force a fight. Takenaga looking to try and contest the purple buff, but with 20 seconds left on the Lord, I don't think they can actually do too much. And Venogod will get the next purple buff for this next fight.
Yeah, it's more of a game like trying to zone off before Esports at this point because 10 more seconds before the Lord comes up. But keep your eye on the top lane because the minions will shove in if they take too much time for the Lord. Looks like Euphoria Esports not too interested to go straight up for it as well.
Yep, and so far with this being said as well, Yoshi God gonna start out the fight as well. It is gonna be Tyrantine on towards Darkman. Not really the best target to focus on. And they are gonna be on a stalemate once again. Lanes are being shoved out for now. Euphoria still has a little bit more time, but GameLab, they do have the damage to threaten this. UTZ doesn't have the Haas Claw, but he does have the damage, so he needs to play a little bit more safety before Euphoria Esports decides to get the jump on him. And funny enough, GZ, he has the Winds of Nature. They are gonna look for a fight, but they lose the inhibitor, the tower on the top side. Taka Naga still has a rock potion. They are still stalling for the final moments. 2 bars left, and Euphoria Esports finally gets a little bit more control. Venogod getting scouted out means that GameLab is looking for the punch. Here comes the Tyrant Rage, when the Divine Judgment comes in. They hold him down for now. He needs to get out. The Lord down towards the final bar. Euphoria Esports, they have to steal the Lord. Venogod still looking for the play. Yoshi God looking for the stall, and that's gonna be the Retribution comes in. Euphoria, they get it, and Venogod will be able to get it off. But Ryujin God dropping so low. Venogod barely skipping alive, but it is going to be Aizawa that kills him off, and that's going to be a double kill for GameLab.
2 deaths for the side of Euphoria Esports, but they got the Lord. But with that being said, because it's like, well, at this point, 40 plus seconds before they come back onto the battlefield, the Lord can be taken out by GameLab. Let's see how much Euphoria Esports is willing to defend this Lord.
GameLab holding their all, and this is exactly the timing that they have been eyeing for since the end of time, and Euphoria Esports is slowly but surely scaling off. They cannot afford to make risky plays like this, and eventually they have to kill off UTZ. But with this Lord shoved in and cleared off, GameLab looking to close out this game. Ryujin God as well as Venogod. 8 more seconds left. They're looking for the play, but oh, the flicker from a Dogman gets cancelled off, and now the play comes in. But the damage from UTZ is a little bit too much to handle. Headsgod looking for a latch here. He is not going to be able to latch on. Shizo, however, taking a little bit too much as well. He might die to this, but here he comes. Venogod looking for the plays. Her boss will be able to take his through, but Shizu God takes him out first before things get out of hand.
Oh, at the same time, we can see the minions being pushed in on the bottom lane, forcing Takenaga to go back. And when he goes back, they lost X-Bar at the same time. They don't have the numbers. They gotta retreat back. So now both sides gotta reset.
Still, once again, at a stalemate. The items, everyone is all maxed out. And no Haas Claw purchase on both marksmen so far. But Shizu God, his sole objective is gotta be shutting down the tanks coming from GameLabs. And with her boss down on the sidelines, this is the perfect dive to dive UTZ. He doesn't have immortalities here for UTZ. It's a problem, but with half bar on the crystal, perfect time to go all in. But there's just no minions coming from Euphoria.
Okay, just focus on the middle right now. Let's see who's going to make the first move. Now, both sides are prepared for this, but they don't have Xbox though. Okay, so now GameLab is just waiting for Xbox to come back. But for them to really push it back out is kind of difficult as well. And plus, with 40 more seconds before the next Lord comes up, they must push it back out. They must shove all the lanes as objective number 1. And then they must try to contest the Lord, because if this Lord is taken by Euphoria Esports and they still maintain all 5 of their players, that's it.
Yeah, I agree. You know, when it comes to like how they want to play this year, it doesn't, items don't really even matter anymore. Like, it comes down to where they find the positions, where they find those catches, and where they find those opportunities, right? If Euphoria makes one mistake, it's over. And finally, after 24 minutes, they're finally taking an approach where they want to try and get a flank off the lanes here to potentially kill off either UTZ or Aizawa. And you can see, playing on the bottom of the Lord bush here, they're hoping to get a catch, and they are briefly checking bushes with the Kagura, trying to see what is happening, but someone shows himself. They go for the catch on Darkman. That's going to be the first catch with Immortality up on Kaja. Instantly melts by Shizo. Can they get a little bit more? But he won't be able to escape this. But that just means Euphoria Esports, they will put through one layer of defense, and that's only the Immortality on Darkman. However, UTZ is going to get caught up. UTZ pops an early Winds of Nature. He's going to be in trouble, but he focuses on Venogod, and that's going to be him dead off, and Euphoria could not continue the fight. And that is going to be UTZ clutching it out in the last moment.
And the stun onto Venogod was on point. And the moment he got stunned, he was on the back line. Nobody from the side of Euphoria Esports can save him. Immediately taken out by GameLab. This gives them opportunity. This gives them hope of actually winning this objective.
25 minutes into it again. The Lord still surviving here, but middle lane, they get a pick on Aizawa. That's huge. The Eve needs to go, and he will fall. Shiro is going to be stunned off here, but he does have the damage to half HP kill Havas with his true damage. No tanks, no mages. Dogman next to fall, isolated. Legendary for Shizo God. And GameLab makes the blunder. Yuktizi and Takenaga alive. But what can they do? Euphoria 4v2. Can they do it? Shizugat does have those immortality. They've got the minions. They need to get the perfect catch. Euphoria Esports, they're holding on. The minions are coming in. Takenaga clearing the lanes, but Ryuji gone. He is gonna get focused down, but the crystal will be focused. And that is Euphoria taking game number 2.
Oh my goodness. This is, at least in the challenge series, the first defeat. The first series defeat for GameLab. Euphoria Esports done it, sending them down to the lower bracket.
Ladies and gentlemen, Euphoria Esports, your first grand finalist for the Snapdragon Pro Series. First ever Mobile Legends Bang Bang Season 1. Your first grand finalist, guaranteed a top 2 thus far. However, all things considered, GameLab made it extremely difficult for Euphoria Esports. But it is still not out in the running yet, as they will have to play a second time in the lower bracket finals.
Oh yeah, second time lower bracket finals against GPX. It's going to be a repeat of yesterday, whereby GPX almost won against them. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. But for this round, this time